6:30 in the morning. I guess I need to unlock my door. Hey, like that sticker. Yep, that was already on it when I got it. I'm not that guy. We should figure a way to peel that thing off. All right, get this thing cranked up. I like to keep one of these in the door. A tourniquet, you never know. Never know who you're gonna run up on in an accident, or if you're the one in the accident. Give it a crank. There we go. All right, so let the air up, and we will be ready to go. This alfalfa was from the beginning of my trip, whenever that rain hit. And so it's been sitting for over 2 weeks in my trailer, wet. And it's freaking heavy. And it's hard to pick it up with one hand. So alfalfa molds quick. So it'll start getting a little funky on one side. And of course it's all wet. Can't feed it to horses. You'll cause them to colic. And yeah, we don't need dead horses on the trip. So when I go to pick up the new horse Tahoe, the owners will give me a few bales of hay that he's used to eating, and he'll get that. So I put the motorcycle up and got a little too close to put my water jug in. And I'm not going back. I wasn't going to unload that thing again. Forget that. I hate driving up that stinking ramp. So I'm having to put my water inside for the horse this time, which makes it a little bit harder to pour. But I will make do. Let me get over these ramps. It's kind of going to be a pain in the rear this trip to get to water, but we'll make do. Turn this water on here. Man, that thing is, look at that thing sprays everywhere. Holy smokes. All right, so we're pumping water in here now. I'm gonna run this water in here until it's full, and I'll go get the rest of my bags loaded in the truck in a second. Go pick that horse up and be good to go. It is, let's see what my watch says over here. It is 7. I wanted to be pulling out of the driveway at 7. So I'm already late, and that's how it works. So my buckets are a little bit dirty from the trip, so I'm going to hose these out and refill these. Start hanging them up. Am I going to bleach them? No, I am not going to bleach them. Why? Because horses drink out of ponds and streams and mud holes. They are totally qualified to drink out of a rinsed out bucket, especially from horses that had a negative Coggins, a health cert from the vet, and were clean. If I was picking horses up from a sale barn, which that usually never happens. I have a client that gets a rescue or something and they get picked up and brought in for training. You know, now that's another story. I might clean that bucket off just a little bit better. There ain't no telling what them rascals ran into at the sale. Sorry about the chaos of my camera handling. But yeah, if I pick a horse up from a sale barn, I will be doing a little extra cleaning on those buckets. All right, headed to go pick up that horse. And this road is narrow. It is not made for a semi. I'm wondering if I'm almost skipping power lines here. They got wires to go across, and they are close. Somebody might lose their Wi-Fi. Oh yeah, okay. Wire didn't wiggle. We're good to go. They were trying to skimp on the telephone pole wood. Ready to go get the horse. Get some hay in here for him and all that good stuff. All right, so here's the big boy we're taking home. Mr. Tahoe. He is friendly. He's friendly. He loves people. Yes. And he is actually going to be in training, and then he will be sold if we find someone who's good for him. On the road back to Texas. I cannot wait to get back. I love my Lone Star State. I'm taking the toll road back. I don't like them, but it says it's going to save me like 45 minutes. By the time we're at the end of this trip, I'll be begging for that hour. I'll probably pay $100 for it. Alright, made my first stop. Making sure this thing is staying where it needs to stay. Check on the horse, make sure he's on all fours. We've been on the road for a little over an hour. He's pretty new to traveling in a trailer, so I want to make sure everything's okay. Looks like it's good, so we'll hit the road again. So I stopped at the truck stop. Had to go in and use the restroom, check on the horse. Then I had to get my handy dandy fuel gauge and see how much fuel I had. My handy dandy fuel gauge is a stick, which is about half of a broomstick. And I got a half a tank. I can make it all the way to Tennessee, I believe. Probably halfway through Tennessee before I might need to get fuel again. So, good to go. So it says that I can make it home by 7 o'clock in the morning from where I'm at in Virginia if I just don't stop. Right now it's about 1:30. I don't think that's going to happen. My wife would like it to happen, but I don't think that's going to happen. So my first little mishap on the whole darn trip. My mirror, this plastic piece won't stay on. So I'm gonna fix that. So I found a bungee cord. Stuck that bungee cord around it. And that should get me back to Texas. And then you can figure out where to get another one of these plastic darn shrouds from. So I arrived at Love's Travel Station in Tennessee. My last time to fill up was in Virginia on my way up to New York. So in Virginia, all the way up to New York, back over to Pennsylvania, and then made it all the way back down to Tennessee. I do not get fuel in Pennsylvania because they have, I believe they have the highest fuel tax in the country, higher than California. I think California's fuel is still more expensive, but I think because you have other taxes, but yeah, Pennsylvania has expensive fuel. It was almost $5 a gallon, and then over here in Tennessee, it's about $3.38 a gallon. So go ahead, throw a guess out down in the comments on how much fuel you think it'll take. Filled up in Virginia to New York, Pennsylvania, back down to Tennessee. How much fuel will that take? Dollar amount and gallon amount. I also have to clean this windshield. It is looking rough. They keep a long scrubber down there so you can really reach with it. So yeah, wash this whole thing off. All right, that's the final verdict. 122 gallons, $420.05. That's about what I put in the tank when I left the house, about 420 or so when I left for this trip. When I made it to Virginia, I put in 530, and then when I got back here to Tennessee, 420. It's not cheap driving all the way over here. Okay, I can now see out my windshield. Look at that, looks beautiful. Holy smokes. Gotta hop out now and give the horse some more water and refill his hay bag. I've got him hay. These buckets were full. I hang them on the back, and this is just from splashing out. So if you think your horse drank, it doesn't always mean your horse drank. So make sure and top these rascals off as often as you can. He's all watered, we're ready to go. Just take the water, put it right here in this crack and pour it right into his bucket. Went off to unload him at the truck stop. Made a little bit of a mess, but it's all right. He's all good. Check my straps here. That's pretty tight. Check these straps. See if this thing's been sliding. See this mark right here? It starts from here and goes to right here. That's how much the bike moved on the way over here. On the way from Texas to New York, it moved that much. Looks like everything's good. I've still got some distance between the truck and the bike, so we're good to go. Let's hit it. I thought I did a great job cleaning my window until I started heading into the sun. So see, it looks relatively clean. It's not too bad right here, but look up ahead. There's some sun coming pretty quick, and all of a sudden the window is going to be filtered. What the heck? Yeah, a little smeary. It's hard to clean your windshield with a 6 foot long squeegee. Look at this dude. He knows how to pack. So I tried to stop at a few rest stops. They're either closed or completely full of trucks. So I ended up finding a gas station, a big truck stop gas station to pull over. There's no Mare motels in this area, so nowhere to stop to turn the horse out. So I have to just feed the horse and leave it there on the trailer. I'll take him out, walk him around a little bit, let him kind of stretch his legs, and then I'll put him back in there with new fresh water and hay. Wow, this is my first time to sleep at a legit truck stop. I know my windshield's filthy. There is not even a parking spot over here. Every spot is completely full. I had to just go park alongside of a fence. So I have these little blinds that you put up. I'll close this curtain right here. Then we have those blinds. So it keeps the light out. And then these right here will shut. Kind of box me in a little bit. I'm exhausted. I got up this morning at about 6 or 7. Got the horse loaded and was out by 8. On the road by 8. It is 10 o'clock. I'm exhausted. And I've lost an hour, gained an hour. I guess I've gained an hour. Because it's 10 o'clock and back in Pennsylvania it's 11 o'clock. How want to go to bed. I want to get up and hit the road in about 6 hours. All right, got some sleep. Ready to get back on the road. Let's go. All right, horse is taken care of. Has plenty of water, plenty of food. Tires look good. Everything's on the back of the bike strapped down. I'm gonna run brush my teeth, and then I'm gonna hit the road. Probably wondering, Michael, why are you brushing your teeth on camera? Same reason why you're watching, because it's entertainment. Memphis, Tennessee, not all of Tennessee, just Memphis, Tennessee, and Arkansas on this trip have the worst roads by far. Arkansas has the worst roads as a whole. This road is so stinking rough, heading on, I guess it's 40 and 30. Awful. The worst roads of all are Memphis. Memphis has the worst stinking roads. I thought New York did, but no, Memphis definitely does. Hope I don't lose any tires. Everything looks pretty good. I'm looking in my mirrors and everything seems alright. Texas definitely has the best roads. I could be in the back seat with my eyes closed, and I can tell when we enter Texas. It's just like this, and then all of a sudden, smooth as glass. So I'm passing through Little Rock. I can't show you the city part though, because I'm on the loop. As you know, I'm in Arkansas because my seat's bouncing all over this stinking place. So we were coming through Arkansas years ago, me and my wife and the kids coming back from Pennsylvania, doing lessons up there. We didn't bring a horse. We decided just to bring a car and just drove up there as a family to go do some sightseeing and stuff on the way back. So we ended up stopping in Little Rock, found a hotel kind of downtown. It was in the tall buildings. Whenever we got over there, we go to the front desk and we check in. And it's the first time I've ever heard anyone say this before. They said, "Don't worry, you're safe here." I was like, what's that supposed to mean? So apparently, Little Rock is not one of the safer cities to go hang out in, especially to go to one of their hotels, and the front desk gal says, "Don't worry, you're safe here." We're coming up on one of the prettiest sights of this entire trip. One of them. Many beautiful sights, but this one's very, very close to the top of the list.
Texas proud, Texas strong. We stand even taller when anything.
We are almost to Dallas. This is my last stop to see if the horse needs water. I gave him a 5-gallon bucket and a half, and he drank real good. So yeah, real pleased with this fella. He did good on this trip, drinking well, eating well. Went through several bags of hay. Motorcycle still not touching the truck, so that's good. All right, clean off my shoes here in the grass. Ready to go. So I'm coming through Dallas, and Dallas traffic is definitely worse than New York, and here's why. It's because of the speed changes, because you'll be going as fast fast as sometimes 70 miles an hour, and then it might come to a complete stop. And then it all takes off again, and then comes back to a complete stop. Takes off again and comes back to a complete stop. You have to really be paying attention. You got to make sure you give yourself lots of room over here. They've already went from about, I would say, 55 or 60 miles an hour down to almost a complete stop at least 3 or 4 times in just the last 15 minutes. Testing out my brakes. I'm glad I got that good bullet rubber floor from Yarborough Surfaces back there, because that darn thing gives the horses such insane traction that if you have to stop fast, nobody slips. Not to mention you don't have to mess with mats anymore, and it's antimicrobial. It cleans super easy. It's like a dishwashing soap and a pressure washer. So in New York, everybody was swerving and cutting each other off and driving crazy. But they were doing it at like 10 miles an hour. At the max, people were hitting maybe 20 miles an hour. Here in Texas, everybody's staying at haul and tail. Like right now, I'm doing 65. I just went through that little bridge there in Dallas. People are swerving in front of me and cutting me off and switching 2-3 lanes at a time, and I can't go any slower than this because then I'm going to get ran over. So you really have to keep up with the flow. We are coming into Fort Worth. Downtown Fort Worth and downtown Dallas, I think, are around 30 miles apart, roughly, give or take. It takes about 30-45 minutes to go from one to the other, depending on traffic. About 40 miles away from the house. Going ahead and filling up my truck before I get home. Last fill up was in Tennessee, so we'll see how much fuel it takes to get from eastern Tennessee to central Texas. Okay, it stopped. Looks like it's about 101. The truck has 110 gallon tanks on each side, so it'll do about 220 gallons. So I probably could have made it all the way back here if I wanted to, but I was not going to push that, that's for sure. All right, last little leg, 40 miles left, and I'll be at the house. An interesting part of Texas is they have a little bit of everything here. We have swamps, we have plains, we have mountains, we have hill country, we have everything, grasslands. I'm going to show you a little bit of what I get to see in the last 20 miles of my house. beautiful area. This particular area that I'm in was settled by my grandparents and my great-grandparents and my great-great-grandparents. I have 5 generations of grandparents buried in this town. The oldest died in 1885. This is a town that's near my house, about 7 miles from me. I am ready to be home. So as much as I enjoy traveling, training horses, working with my clients, being able to hang out with people, eat great food, there's one thing that I always look forward to. It's the one reason that I do all of it.
Family is a blessing we hold dear. God's love is shining crystal clear. In our hearts He plants the seeds, gives us all we truly need. Through the storms and darkened night, God's love gives us perfect life, side by side.
Okay, so kids are bringing the horse back. Now it's time for the final step of this trip. That is unloading the motorcycle with my sketchy ramps. So I'll take the truck and I have a spot where some rain kind of washed out a spot in the driveway a little bit. Get the nice little tilt. Ramps should work. This is the last time I have to come down these ramps. Wish me luck.